I have known in my life people with no knowledge whatsoever of trans people, and yet, the moment they meet me, they're cool. We call most of these people children. Although now a lot of kids have knowledge of it. But I'm thinking in particular of my late great friend Sunday, a woman named Sunday, who I used to dance with in a company. And when I came out, Sunday was dying of cancer. And I visited her. She's back in Indiana where she grew up. And I went to visit her. And she just, put her arm on me. And she just said, look, I don't understand a single thing about this, but I love you. Sunday never misgendered. She was 10 years older than me. So, there's a lot of this is based on age. I never get misgendered by anyone under 40. But she didn't need to understand. She never misgendered me. And I think it's actually somatic. I think there's such a thing, just as there's such a thing as a trans body, there's such a thing as a transphobic body. A body that gets near a trans body and fills with tension. There's a racist body, there's all kinds of bodies. And it starts, I think, a lot as tension. And the more of us come out, which Harvey Milk said, way back when, and they didn't think he was being radical. He was being radical. Because then you have, take this forward a decade or two, you have Dick Cheney coming out in favor of gay marriage. I mean, who would have thunk it? And that's because enough people came out, including his own daughter. I think the more of us come out, the more that transphobic bodies have a chance to let go of their tension. Just drop it. And I think when people start to drop it, then you have, I think almost organically, more gender-neutral childhoods. Like, okay, we put you in pink, but you don't like it. Cool. No biggie. You don't need to be political or have a degree in this stuff to be my friend Sunday from Indiana. Or as the poet, since I'm a poet, Tony Curtis. This is the real Tony Curtis, not our Bernie Schwartz. This is Tony Curtis from North County, Dublin. He used to say, I don't understand the work of James Joyce, but I don't understand the sea either. But still, every now and then, I like to go for a dip in it. You don't have to understand something to love it. It's good if you do. And we always say, you can't respect what you don't know. I think you can, because I knew someone who was capable of that. But I think it has a lot to do with just being in the company of each other more and more and more. More and more people come out. It's going to include someone even Dick Cheney loves. Who knew that Dick Cheney could love a person? Until there was a queer person.